Hey, greetings and salutations. I'm Big Bro. Here to tell everybody Happy Easter. If you're celebrating Easter, if you're not, it's a beautiful day, at least where I'm at. I don't think, I'm not sure if Mike got the message or not. I let him know a while back. Anyway, I hope everybody out there is doing well. I'm just kind of sitting back today, fielding eBay responses and packing thing as the orders come in. Typical Sunday. I do have some packages I could have mailed out Saturday, but I wasn't feeling wonderful, and my sister came out. Family's more important than stupid old mail. Plus, you don't have to mail on the weekend. I do when I can, but meh, you know. What's that? What am I doing today? Well, I'm actually working on a game. As you may or may not know, I am a game master or dungeon master. I consider myself more of a game master than a dungeon master, but I can run anything. Right now, I'm working on a horror-based RPG. I'm trying to come up with little bits of scenarios and stuff like that. That's kind of how my brain works. I'll think of a place like I've already determined that I want there to be an amusement park there. I don't know, a fun house. Where the evil guy is or whatever, where the horrors can be. Maybe the guy that owned the place hung himself, and the rope is still hanging from the roller coaster. Just tropes like that. I'm looking for. Yeah. So I already know that I want an amusement park to be part of the thing. For some reason, I got the image of a duck with a square bill, not a normal looking duck or goose with their normal looking bills. These are square. So, I've been toying with the idea of maybe putting this in a cyberpunk setting. So it's going to be cyberpunk horror, and I need to figure out how that goes along. So now I'm thinking, well, that's not a normal duck, so maybe they're digital ducks. Maybe, hmm, okay, so this is my brain here working. You might want to hold on to something, but I'm thinking maybe there's no animals on this world. They've been wiped out or whatever. You're talking cyberpunk, so it's very futuristic. So everything's been replaced with digital or a cloning technology, and they're not quite perfect. That's stuff I can hash out. All the details I can hash out some other way. But right now, I'm just trying to get thoughts and ideas together. Uh, I get to pull from things that I've read, things that I've seen. Uh, my childhood is filled with the old black and whites and the old 70 films of horror and stuff like that. Spooky stuff. Like one of my favorites is a House on Haunted Hill, and not the remake wasn't even close. uh, 13 Ghosts is another one too. The original black and white one is spooky. There's a lot of 70s spooky stories out there. There's one that I've watched time and time again, and I can't think of the name, but I know the movie. All I have to do is think about the movie because I've seen it enough times. And, things like that. And I draw inspiration from them. Sometimes I just flat out copy. Uh, chances are the way I remember things happening aren't exactly how things happen, but it doesn't matter. I think I can do this. Uh, I don't. It's definitely going to be a land-based game. You got to figure out land, sea, and air. If you wanted a little bit of everything, then you're talking epic. You're talking campaign. Campaign is a series of games all strung together, a story. Epic, like watching Lord of the Rings, because you could put in some epic time on that, or reading those books. Oh my God. Sit back and read the Silmarillion. Oh, that'll take you a while. Yeah, I'm trying to think of things like that. So, what? So I know I went there. It's definitely gonna be horror. I like the horror. Uh, they seem to be received well because you can play D&D if you want, but I'm just getting sick and tired of the same old fantasy this and fantasy that. I mean, truthfully, it's all fantasy, but the age of magic and mystery and deeds and all that stuff. I'm just getting tired of doing it. There are other things out there, like there's Call of Cthulhu, which is I can pull from stuff like that. That's horror. There's some horror there, people going insane, that kind of thing. But I don't want to. That's actually a system, and a system would be what the rules are and how people base how they do things. I'm going to be doing Savage Worlds, which is a system that I've always enjoyed when I was introduced to it. It doesn't take all kinds of funky dice to play. It only takes the D6, the six-sided dice, the one that everybody should have in the household for some reason. And it also uses cards, uh, which which we've already established is something that I like. And Kitty Cat needs to get off my paper. Get out of there. Taking liberty with everything. Seriously? Don't get hair in it. Or fur, I guess. So I'm trying to think of some places to have an amusement park. Where would you have a horror? I'm definitely gonna have to have a get up there. An amusement park. I'm definitely gonna have to have an old dusty mansion, a big one, or Could be this guy that owns, or this woman. Could be a group of people that are the bad people. That way I'm not tied down to a male or a female. That always works out okay. You never know. I've run enough of these that my group might figure out who the bad guy is, and then lo and behold, they find out that it's not just one person; it's several. And then they got some more legwork to do. Let's see. If I do make it cyberpunk, that could open up the world to me big time. So instead of thinking old mansion, I would be thinking it would still be an old mansion, but would it be virtual? All these things happen virtually. And then for some reason, things are happening outside of in the real world. The only thing is I have to think of classes. Uh, I'm not going to think race. I don't really like thinking race. Uh, if it's just going to be human, it's much easier thinking that way. It's going to be futuristic, so I'm not going to have to worry about orcs and demons and all that stuff. Well, the demons, if it's horror, but not as a playable race anyway. It's just so much easier saying, okay, humans it, that's all we got. Or maybe there's some blending of species. Maybe everybody is this is set 3,000 into the future. Now the only thing that remains is 3,000 years ago there was a great cataclysm between the humans where they blew up their world, and the only thing that survived were cats, rats, and dogs. But that was, like 4,000 years ago, and now all these things have evolved into humanoid creatures, and their world is no different than ours. So there, I just created 3 races, uh, and I don't have to worry about. Yeah, yeah. See that'd be okay, and I'm using that, and I draw off a movie. One of my favorite movies, Rock and Roll. Uh, so hey Roman, how you doing? I don't know where Mike went. Uh, he was warned, as usual. Driving, driving between bends. I'm just out here explaining what I'm doing currently, which is trying to come up with a role playing game, not like Lord of the Rings, but futuristic. And I'm trying to explain my thought processes and come up with things. I want to do something horror. So, and I've done horror before, and I like horror, and it's most people like the horror games. It's gonna be creepy and spooky, and if I do it right, you'll get scared. So there's that. Sales are doing pretty good over the weekend. So far, I got $70 to be mailed out on Monday. And I have a couple pending. They get around to paying me, hopefully. It'd be $100 for the weekend. $100 every weekend is always good. Do digital. So I'm thinking instead of just humans, it's so futuristic that the races are cats, rats, and cats, rats, and dogs. And people emulate what they are. So if you're shrewd and cunning and always trying to a con artist, that would be like that person would be of the rat. And the cats and dogs are like the normal. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I just stick with humans and we just leave it at that. Yeah, I don't really want. I don't like messing around with race, like I said. So I definitely want there to be an amusement park. I definitely want there to be an old dusty mansion because an old dusty mansion is always creepy. Uh, cemeteries are always creepy. Come up with a couple more creepy places. I don't know. Think of that in a minute. Somehow I gotta digital duck. My brain scares me sometimes. The stuff I create in my head is if I had the power to create to write. I'm no good at writing. If I was a good writer, I'd have some fantastic stories to write about. But I'm not. But I am definitely the idea man. Let's see. Like I was explaining to nobody in particular since I'm live. When I woke up this morning, I was staring at the floor, and the pattern in the floor made me think of a duck that had a square bill. So immediately my brain went to digital duck. So yeah, there's that. Just weird. That's what I get to do today. I'm working on ideas, concepts, uh, certain pieces of visions I have in my head. I need to write all this down, and I'm gonna create a world where that's horrifying, hopefully, and then sit down with a few people and we're gonna play the game, and hopefully I can scare them, or at least make them really nervous about opening the next door, things like that. And I got to think about the world in which they live in. And somebody has expressed interest in playing cyberpunk, so it's going to be very futuristic. Uh, I've never done cyberpunk before, although I've seen games that are like that, so I can draw from that. And I've read enough Isaac Asimov and H.G. Wells that I could probably draw from that. So, Foundation and Empire, that's very futuristic. If you guys don't know, that's where think the movie I, Robot. That's like a paragraph or two out of a much larger series. So I'm trying to come up with these ideas. So I need to come up with 5 places where something happens. Maybe I won't use all 5 places. If you're thinking creepy, like what? Scooby Doo. I could think Scooby Doo. Those are always figuring out horror. Starts off as horrors, and then it's the old white guy wearing uh, some kind of costume. Uh, I have here probably about 20 different traps, and I'm going to incorporate some of these traps into those places. Some of these traps are deadly, though. I don't want to make them so bad that people can't find a way out. Some of these I've already used, so I probably wouldn't use them again. Or not with the same group. Digital. They need the old dusty mansion. That's where they'll be staying more than likely. How are they going to get around? Maybe there's a small train car, so the train could be haunted too. Like the Orient Express. Maybe somebody gets murdered. Nah, yeah, it's going too far. I don't want to get sidetracked. I'll just say there's a butler that drives people around, or maybe they're just within walking distance. This mansion in the backyard has this great big amusement park that's old and rickety. The guy collected bits and pieces of an amusement park from the world. Yeah, see, that's what I'm going to do. That sounds pretty good. I just talk my way through it, and there's got to be a cemetery. Cemetery on the grounds is, yeah, I mean, it's pretty commonplace. Uh, still, still like that around here. When my mom and dad moved here to Indianapolis, there's one of the first houses that they got that they rented. Uh, it's one of the first houses that was built here in Indiana when Indiana just turned into a state anyway. And let's see, two rich people that lived here in Indiana were the Van Sickles and the Midhoffers. The Midhoffers got a street named after him that goes all the way across the state. And I don't know about the Van Sickles, but we rented from the Van Sickles, and it's an old brick house, uh, 2 full levels, a full basement, and a impressive attic. It was. I have fond memories of it outside of the tornado, but uh, yeah, if you walked out to the backyard and the backyard was massive, it was like 11 acres, which is massive. So that was like my backyard. But halfway between that and where the property ended, which was the highway, uh, there's cemetery that wasn't marked. It wasn't cordoned off. It was just really old, and we're talking about you know from the mid 1800s. So that was always interesting. I remember that. So that's what it's going to be like. And so I'm drawing off of things in my childhood. Just absorb everything. My brain is demented and warped. I'm happy I have a demented and a warped brain, but I wish I had the talent to write. Okay, so maybe this guy collects amusement park rides and leaves them outside because there's no room inside. Or maybe the house is so old and big that there's a wing where he can keep some of the rides. Nah, I'm gonna leave him outside. Amusement park. He collects amusement park rides. If anybody's been to House on the Rock, that's kind of like where I'm getting that from. That's in Iowa, Wisconsin. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's up there around there somewhere. Brain is always demented, but depends on what kind of demented you're talking about. I mean, mine's legal, just weird. Let's see. So there's a really old mansion on a big sprawling estate. There's a family cemetery off to the side. Now I'm gonna have to draw a map. Oh, let's make it like this. I've seen gonna be a period piece, maybe like what's that PBS show? Streets of Downton Abbey, or one of those kind of manners. You got rich people estate. So yeah, something like that. And a big circle out front. Cemetery out back. It's probably going to be like this. There's going to be some mausoleums there because it's not spooky unless there's mausoleums there. We need to give it that. Yeah, see, this has no room for cyberpunk. Oh, no. Ooh, yeah. Hey, how about a hedge maze? Like The Shining. Uh, yeah. Let's put one of those out there too. There's another. Again, these places I'm thinking of, nothing really has to happen there, but it's there for an option. Hmm. Maybe one of the back doors is connected directly to the hedge maze. Hmm. Maybe there's trap doors in these certain places that go to the basement of the manor. Just all kinds of things. You're gonna have the paintings with the eyeballs cut out, so when people walk by, you get that feeling of somebody's watching me. There's definitely gonna be some ghosts. I don't know about demon possession. I don't know about all that. Uh, People are definitely gonna have to perish. I mean, why else would you be there? Maybe I'm thinking one, two, three. I know three people that want to play. I can think of 4 people that want to play. So these 4 people, I'm going to just say they're descendants of this guy that died, and to inherit his fortune, they got to spend a solid week inside the mansion. That's very trope. Uh, Drawing that from House on Haunted Hill. I love that. The original Vincent Price version is the one I'm thinking of. The remake is alright. It wasn't great, wasn't fantastic. It is alright. So I just need to think of one more area that ties all these together. Something different, something new. I don't. Hey, Hustle Q, how you doing, dude? Sitting here discussing how I come up with the ideas for these games. I've asked you if you want to play a game, and I think you would be good at it. And you're like, I don't know. I bet you would be. You've got that think on your feet kind of. Those make the best players, honestly. Imagine playing a game with a bunch of other adults, resellers, most of them, uh, and you're doing some Scooby Doo shit. It's a Scooby Doo kind of game, pretty much. But it's not Dungeons and Dragons because Dungeons and Dragons gets boring a lot. I do it a lot. Working in the garage. I hope it's cleaning kind of working. My co-host decided to bail on me. I do have a room for 1 or 2 more if y'all want to hop in and keep me company. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and talk my way through putting down the foundation for this game. Something like that. You guys help me out. I need I've already got amusement park, because horror and creepiness, yeah. I'm thinking funhouse, that ties in, and the old dusty mansion that you got to spend the weekend. It's haunted and stuff, and there's a family cemetery out back because that's creepiness, and a hedge maze, like The Shining. Uh, and I'd like to come up with one more area, one more thing that would be creepy. Doesn't have to be creepy, but I think I guess there'd be one more. I'm thinking of a why. See, this pops into my brain. How about a hot air balloon? This guy likes to fly around for a while. I mean, maybe you gotta get up in the hot air balloon so you can find people that get lost in the maze, or that's how he gets around. Would you get into a hot air balloon that was tied to a haunted mansion? I sure as hell wouldn't. Maybe you have to. See, these things just play out in my head, and I don't. The hot air balloon doesn't have to be part of the mansion, but that could be a thing that's there. Hey, Roman. Hey, Hustle Q. Hey, Quantrell, you've been in that Been in that garage of yours long enough. Why don't you take a break and hop in and be a co-host? My Sunday lives are free to anybody that wants to hop in. Good nah, man. Hot air balloon. Maybe a dirigible. You know, like the Hindenburg, only won't blow up. It'll just pop. Air balloon. Or, really not sure how to spell dirigible. Woo. So, yeah, I don't think there. We just, yeah, we can set it in a Victorian setting. So, yeah, maybe a little girl died there. Maybe a bunch of people have died there over the years. I'll figure out the point of the story. Or maybe they just have to survive a week in the mansion. And whoever is left standing at the end of the week is the person that gets everything. Something to that effect. This makes me want to go watch all my old Vincent Price movies again. Peter Cushing and all that. They did more than Dracula, Mummy, and the Werewolf. They did others too. There's one called Creeping Death that is just awesome. Let's see. Did you trade off your turtle yet, Q? Doobie doobie doo. My air balloon. Dirigible. It's not really Easter to me. I mean, I don't prescribe to religious holidays. So it's just another Sunday to me. It's a beautiful Sunday, but I've already been outside. So, hello, Storage Bandits. Thanks for stopping by and showing me your support. Hey, everybody, hit that like button. See if I can do a cue. Hey, everybody, hit that like button. Hit that bell. You know what time it is. All right, all right. Got some great races coming up. Check out the stuff I got. Hey, Q, are you out there uh, near Cash Flow Fam? He's somebody I'd like to get on my show. Or you got to be out there near Lewis, Cali. I hope you're having a wonderful Easter, George Bandits. Go and enjoy. Everybody knows. City. California is really big. So when you say city, I'm thinking like from LA to Frisco. And that's a long way. Unless you count Cheeto as a city, to me that's just a suburb, right? Yeah, it's president of California. He could probably do better than the guy that's running the place right now. Of course, I don't live in California, so. What's the guy's name? Newsom, I think. You guys getting kind of funky weather out there? Not normal weather? When I think California, I'm thinking, sunshine and bikinis. I know it's a pretty tall state. There's also places you can go skiing and crap, but not where you're at. So, no, y'all had like rain for days. That shit's normal here. As a matter of fact, I finally got 2 weeks of nice weather coming through, and it's going to be in the 70s all next week. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Surprised you're not out doing the old yard sale thing. A lot of people looking forward to getting that out here all next, like I said, all next week. It's supposed to be like in the 70s, and I mentioned there'd be a few yard sales here and there, and I'm definitely going to be going to those. Maybe. I don't know. Of course, there are a couple of auctions I'll be going to. The next one I'll be going to, they've got tons and tons and tons of uh, model trains, stuff like that, and also clocks. Yeah. Cleveland, the mistake by the way. Sorry, Roman. I had a buddy of mine that was a truck driver. That's why he called Cleveland. Let's see, so, yeah, I could probably do something like that. But why would they be outside? There's got to be something tied to ducks. Yeah, that's it. There's a big pond outside. Maybe somebody drowned. Hmm. Kind of run down pond. Maybe it's swampy and mucky and murky, and you don't want to be there. And yeah, yeah, I think definitely. There's definitely going to be a pond out there. Get ivy everywhere. Maybe some good. Oh, an arboretum. I'm gonna need one of those. Yeah, it's one of those places where all the funky plants are with the glass tops, the glass roof. That is an arboretum, I believe so. Fancy word for a greenhouse. That's what it is. Let's see. Put that on one end of the house. Got to have some plants there to eat people. something, who knows? Worry about that later. Hmm. 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 Yep. Yep. Definitely want a horror. So the reason I'm doing this is because players want something different other than the D&D thing, right? They don't want to be killing dragons and saving Frodo. They want to be scared. And I would much prefer doing things other than D&D or a fantasy type thing. I like these darker, twisted storylines. I could, being the game master, I can pretty much say, "Hey, this is the way it is. You guys play them." I can say, give everybody a name. Say, Q and Roman are playing. Roman, your name is Colonel Mustard. Q, your name is Sergeant Gray. And we go like that. And we can do it clue style. Gives me a butler. The butler's name is Did It. And, that's taking it straight from the Clue movie, which had like 3 different versions. And the guy that used to own it, his name is Mr. Body, Bodgy. So, yeah, things like that. Hmm, that's a possibility. But people like coming up with their own names and creating their own backstories for their characters, kind of making it theirs. So I'm not going to give people their names after they've already created their own. That's it's not very people like to have fun with their characters, so you let them go with it, right? It's their character. So I just lay down the foundation. I come up with a storyline and let people loose in the mansion, and hopefully they get scared or they're really nervous about doing the next thing because you might pass out, faint. That's going to be a thing. People just getting back from Easter service. My goodness, it's going on 5. Kind of late. Whew. Dress is looking nice on her. I have not met all my neighbors. Just visiting. Oh, so I have an arboretum. I have a pond. I have a maze. I really don't need the maze, but I could use. What the hell? Just selling shit left and right today. I want to tell you what. Oh, it's an offer. What you got? Oh. Hmm. Oh, that's one of the expensive things I have for sale. Hey man, oh, review offer. 30 bucks. I want 50. I shot them in hell for 40. They come back at 30. Uh, yeah, I'll take it. Sure. There we go. Not bad, not bad at all. Good. Now all I have to do is sell the other one and I'll be in like Flynn. I sold a Cupid doll store display. Cupid dolls are extremely popular, have always been popular, and more than likely will always be popular. Older the better, but the things that don't come up for sale very often are advertising pieces and store displays. I do pretty well with store displays. And this one is cheap piece of foam. So yeah, I paid for 2 different store displays. I can tell you exactly how much I paid for them here. I paid $35 for the both of them. I just sold one for $30. The other one I have up for sale for $150, and it's worth it. Yeah. So, see if I can. Oh, it's time to show off, I guess. It's called. Oof. There you go. So this is the first one. This is the one I'm selling for $150. This is wood. It's hand painted, and it's hand painted by Florence Baker, which is a very well known artist that does Cupies. So there you go. But the one I just sold for $30 is this. And yeah, it's just, and there's a little thing here. It goes on top, I guess, so somebody can do something with it. A Nesco Cupies. So it's that puts me over 100 for the weekend. I still have 2 in limbo, so hopefully they pay by tomorrow. That gave me 150 for the weekend. I'd like that. Yeah, I do 30. I could have haggled a little more with this person, but why? This one I'm trying to get 150 out of. If somebody come up and said, "Hey, man, I want to give you $100 for it," I'd jump on it. So this thing will probably ship first class with all the pieces. I mean, it's foam board. But I think I got it marked ship priority. I probably do. So yeah. And I try not to make money off of shipping, like as much as I can. It's okay to make a little money off of shipping, but not a lot. That's being a bad seller, in my opinion. It's okay to make a couple bucks here and there, cover the cost of supplies and so on and so forth. Yeah. 1993. throw that in there. See you. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull from those. No, Roman, Roman, you are invited if you want to play. I'm probably going to put it out there for anybody that wants to try. It's not difficult. If you think you can think on your feet, you can do it. Just don't be bashful. And bashful is something I've never been. But I'll supply everything. It'll be done online. It'll be done for probably 2 hours, twice a month, every other week, unless it falls on a holiday like today. And there goes everybody. Nobody likes me. That's fine. So, yeah. Here we go. I wonder if I can. Yeah, it'll fit in there. Phew. Boy, if these things were a little bigger, it'd fit in there, period. I am gonna maybe put these up in here. Save on bubble wrap. Use the stuff in the post office. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go. I think I got some cardboard left over from when I shipped off that menu. Yep. Don't have a lot. Yeah, you got enough. Yeah, this will work. Do it like this. Cut that down, of course, but I just ship it off this way. If you got folds on the outside, it's best to put another piece of cardboard over the top of it, and it won't bend. Won't bend very easily in shipment. Take a little bit. There we go. Oh, and everybody's gone. Everybody's back. So that's what I'm doing. I learned today that wife is calling. You know, go spin the lottery of love. Have fun, Q. I'll see you, I'm sure. Do. Think I'm gonna hop off here. I've been on for an hour, and my co-host is not returning any of my DMs. I'm such a great guy. So, might have he got a little tipsy last time, but you know, we all have our off days. I've got 2 or 3 pages to work from and fill them in and figure out what I'm gonna do. Oh, Flippin' Mike's my co-host usually, and Amber kind of in a background kind of mode. Do 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 do. It's like Q, you were like one of the first people I latched on to as far as the people that I deem as true hustlers, which is why you know I sent you those. I sent you those IKEA bags because you said there wasn't one around you, not anywhere close, and I got like 3 around me. So they got some new IKEA bags out. Oh, please tell me you paid. Yes, they did. Awesome sauce. Yeah, not a big deal. And Amber and Flippin' Mike were one of the first YouTubers I latched onto. Yeah, be nice. I gotta fill up my IKEA bag and go to the post office. It's always a good thing. Flippin' Mike and Amber were the people that I latched onto because her YouTube presence was growing, and I watched them a lot. And they reached out to me, and I reached out back to them, and just kind of hit it off. Mike used to be is a mechanic, and I used to be a mechanic, so kind of had that going for us. And I thought I could learn something from her. The only thing I've learned is I'm not her. So yeah. Which these other 2 chumps would pay. Probably won't see anything. I hope they come through. Downside of doing auctions. Oh, they'll pay when they feel like it. Yeah. I think that's it. I think therefore I am. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. Probably catch me a movie and have me some eggs. Egg burrito. Think about this a little more. I can never fill it out all in one day. It's something that takes a long time for me to do because my brain does this stuff when it feels like it, apparently. Anyway, yep, I think that's it. Hey, everybody stay profitable and ta-ta for now. If you got a channel, I'll see ya. Bye.